안녕하세요. 저는 Roki입니다, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be reacting to some more JUSTHIS. And today we have got his MV for his song titled Red Pill off of his brand new, so his latest EP, Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night 2, otherwise also known as Born from the Blue Part 2, produced by Code Kunst. Now, bro, I'm excited because recently, as some of you guys might have seen, we just started our JUSTHIS deep dive, and bro, he is an absolute fucking legend. He is absolutely incredible rap wise, and I am really just like taken by him right now. Of course, we watched his Killingverse, his Killingvoice, his song with Nuffler, and of course his song with Mush Venom as well too. But today, yeah, Red Pill. I haven't heard the recent EP. I've really only just started getting into JUSTHIS, but so far everything that we've heard has been absolutely amazing. Interestingly enough though, is that, yeah, we've got the red pill, blue pill type references as well too. So Born from the Blue, but then one of the songs is titled Red Pill. So I mean, if we're trying to figure out like the context, for those of you guys who don't know what the red pill, blue pill is, red pill and blue pill, like red pill is essentially like the willingness to learn. Yeah, it's like pretty much, if anyone's seen The Matrix, you'll be familiar with it. The red pill is like the willingness, like the wanting to know or discover like a potentially life-changing truth or something. So essentially discovering like the hard unknown truth, and sometimes, quite often than not, it like changes your worldview and your perspective. And the blue pill is choosing to remain ignorant. So interestingly enough, born from the blue, but now he's learning the truth with red pill. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure whether or not that's where we're going with it, but either way, seems cool in theory anyway too. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this one. This is the first time that I've ever really been here for like a live release for him, because it only just dropped yesterday, although I do know that the EP dropped a month ago. Let's go ahead and give this one a massive old like. Full screen, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Do we have English subs? We do. Ah, shit.
Yeah. 나도 살리고파.
가자.
근데 살리려다 내가 먼저 죽을 것 같아. 다음날 아침 눈뜸 제정신 아닐 것 같아.
Dude, I'm liking the vibes already, bro. Code Kunst never makes a bad beat.
Lovers turn to stalkers, brothers turn to snitches.
Brothers turn to snitches? Talk about it.
나 오늘 처음 본 사람이 나를 다 봤대 잘난데 근데 쿨인 건 코끝질은 분내뿐이 아니지.
Wrinkle makeup isn't the only thing that stinks. Damn, bro. Your shit smells more than makeup. Your shit talk.
근데 진실 원하는 척은 말 그대로 죽이지. 내가 겪은 진실 뱉으면 걔가 풍물고 치지.
Dude, that flow already.
I speak with the reals. We'll
go back for the bars, bro. We'll do a second listen. Oh shit.
Hey,
Jashin, bro.
Ooh, I ain't a god. 근데 내가 진심으로 미안한 건 내가 흉내를 냈었단 거야. God, 내겐 금사과가, 내겐 독사과가 될 수도 있단 걸 그땐 왜 몰랐을까? 아니 어려웠잖아, 너도 어려웠잖아. 우리 어렵단 말로 퉁쳐지는 사이였잖아. You're fucking 신은 못되지만 돼 어른 너로 책임지어서 열어놨어 너를. 근데 그래 네 맘대로 해 너는.
I love his use of silence as well too, bro. The pause that he took in his flow earlier.
나도 살리고파. 살리려다 내가 먼저 죽을 것 같아. 다음날 아침 눈뜸 제정신 아닐 것 같아. Yeah. Let's just keep it alive. Yeah. 죽을 거면 죽어 너 혼자.
Don't take me down with you. Ooh, bro, I love that in the back.
네 네가 믿건 말건 하느님께 맹세 네가 믿건 말건 인생은 바뀌어 하룻밤 만에 아니 사실 전파를 탄 딱 10분 위에 사는 동안에 이미 결정돼 있지 fuck your mom fuck you ain't about
Again, bro. He is going direct for the dome against the haters, bro. Those roach roommates? 우리 피부같이. All the rain that seeped through the shabby van soul. Bro, the picture he's painting. We really give a fuck about him. When you call me not on Zanny, bro. 나도 살리고파 에이 내가 먼저 죽을 것 같아 다음날 아침 눈뜸 제정신 아닐 것 같아 Yeah Let's just keep it alive Yeah 죽을 거면 죽어 너 혼자 Wake up Bro 죽을 거면 죽어 너 혼자 Wake up Mr. Fresh Mr. By himself is so impressed So is that him trying to like wake up his past self? I don't know, bro. Look, this shit is deep, man. Like seriously, he's got this thing about him where like, how do I put it? He's got this thing about him. I obviously need to learn so much more about him. I really think before I can even start to comment on the bars that he's of course dropping and who they would potentially be in reference to. Like there's obviously a lot that I need to discover about him and that I need to go back on. Like he's got of course an entire history. Like he is literally like one of the biggest names personally, and I mean this is just for me anyway, one of the biggest names in Korean hip hop for me, so in Korean rap, right? But also on top of that as well too, like, you know, he's got like, before he really like started to kind of like blow up a lot more, he is, you know, respected and regarded once again, like I've read, as an underground king, and for a reason, right? Like he absolutely spits fucking acid, bro. He's crazy. But like just at least from here, like at least from this, one thing that I really enjoy about the way that he raps is the dynamism that he raps with, because he is so dynamic. Like he is able to like start on one flow, switch up literally mid-sentence, and then end on a completely different one. And he utilizes he's got so many different techniques, so many different things in his skill set that he's able to employ to make these songs so interesting for you to listen to. Like the thing is like when it comes to how can I put it? When it comes to musical genres that I listen to, I always find rap and hip-hop really interesting for me personally, because, like, you know, I listen to K-pop. I really enjoy that, of course. I listen to pop music. I listen to, you know, a lot of different types of genres and stuff like that. But rarely ever, I think, do I have the attention span to kind of, like, hang around for 4.5 to almost 5 minutes. But with hip-hop and with rap, that kind of changes. And one thing I love about the pairing of JUSTHIS and Code Kunst is that Code Kunst is literally like one of the best beat makers personally that I think I've ever heard, purely just because I absolutely fucking love the way that he produces songs. He makes such incredibly good songs. But then on top of that, you've got Code Kunst, who has the ability to literally do anything with a sound, and then you've got JUSTHIS to literally do anything, has the ability to literally do anything with words, and you put those two together and you get fucking art like this. Also, on top of that, what I really love about the way that he spits bars too is that he paints such a picture for you too. Like he paints not necessarily just a mental picture, but kind of like a physical picture in a way too. Like, you know, that thing that he's talking about, like, you know, like the hole in those shabby Vans, and like, you know, like he's essentially trying to, like, you know, portray or like kind of make you feel what it would be like to be like wearing old and like really busted up shoes that, you know, kind of at least kind of put you in a situation where you think that, oh, you've been working hard or you've been really toughing it out or something like that, but the rain is able to seep through, and that's something that, like, you know, is a minor inconvenience that like you push hard on through, but it's also at the same time kind of like a metaphor to, like, you know, talk about the fact that he's really come from the bottom all the way up and all of that type of shit. And then he's talking about, you know, jewels literally all around his neck and everything too. Like, there's so many different things being referenced and being talked about, but the way that he paints that in your mind is truly something really special. And like Omega's saying, like, how sometimes there are songs where the beat rides the rapper, but with JUSTHIS, a lot of the time it's the rapper riding the beat. And for sure, like, you know, like, he just has such a way with words that, I mean, even though it's something that kind of passes you by, even though it's something that might go over your head or whatever, it sticks nonetheless, and you'll want to go back to it and you'll want to revisit it and you'll want to understand it. I think halfway through, I realized that simply just going back over and listening to it a second time and trying to analyze certain bars probably isn't necessarily going to do me too much good, at least on this point, at least at this point, because there's so much more that I need to just research and learn about him as an artist, and a lot of that I'll be able to do through his music and of course through you guys too. So I'm really excited, of course, for that, but I'm actually more excited to go ahead and listen to this album too, because I think that it's going to be fucking awesome, and I really cannot wait to do that. So I will put that over on Patreon just after I've done that, or I might even wind up putting it over here like highlights or something. I might even do like a tier list, and, you know, we can go through and we can talk about the songs, you know, after we've listened to them and stuff like that. Maybe that might be an interesting video. If you guys had happened to, if you guys have anything that you'd like to add just about JUSTHIS, or just even about Red Pill or this album in general anyway too, do feel free, of course, to let me know down in the comments below. But if there's one thing that I can really kind of gain from continuously listening to his music, it's that I'm really excited by him as an artist, and also on top of that, I just really value and really appreciate the way that he has with words, and I cannot wait to listen to him so much more. Dude, he honestly, he would be so sick to interview. Like, I've talked so much about the fact that, like, eventually with this channel, I want to get around to, you know, interviewing, like, you know, K-pop artists, of course, too, because, or just artists in general, right? Like, whether they be K-pop, J-pop, or anything like that. But I honestly think that, like, Korean hip-hop artists would be really, really, really interesting to interview, and I would absolutely love to interview JUSTHIS one day, bro, because I think that, like, he has got such a story and such a way with words that I'm just absolutely fascinated by him. And I don't know, man. I've got a lot of questions, but I don't know. Maybe one day that'll happen or something like that. But he is just such an interesting person, and even more interesting artist. And I cannot wait to continue diving into him with you guys over here too. So thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to say once again, I love and appreciate you guys as always. Of course, if you enjoyed the reaction and you'd like to stick around for some more JUSTHIS, but not even just this, but K-hip-hop in general, then do feel free, of course, to stick around by subscribing too. Have an eye on the Patreon just in case we do wind up getting over to that album over there as well. Otherwise, it might even wind up finding its way over here. But until next time, take care of yourselves out there, stay safe, but most of all, and above all else, make sure that you guys are staying safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.